What's good, Bit Rushers? My name's Kyler. In today's video, we're going to be talking about MurAll, a living, breathing, evolving piece of art, a mural on the Ethereum blockchain. And they've recently done an airdrop, and you may qualify for that airdrop. The ticker is PAINT, PAINT. And if you've bought, sold, or held Ethereum NFTs or created NFTs in your wallet, you may be eligible for an airdrop that's worth well over $1,000 at the time of today's recording. If that sounds good, please do stick around. Anyone who's new, go ahead and sub to the channel. Make sure you click the bell to be notified on all future videos. Pound the like on this one. And if you want, go ahead and find links to all of our social media as well as our free Telegram chat group linked below. You can also find links to several of my investment projects such as DeFi Brains, the Rush Fund, which is an investment fund of this channel, and the investments I make here on this channel that pays out Ethereum dividends every single quarter. The first payout being in April. If you hold more than 1,000 Rush token, you are eligible to receive those Ethereum dividends. And we also have Tron Stacks, a Tron DApp that earns 1% daily ROI up to a total of 240% total ROI depending on how much you deposit, and that is run on and secured by the Tron network. All right, guys, let's get into this one. Alright, so to get to today's project, you come to MurAll.art/live. It is it is MurAll.art/live. Will bring you to the living, breathing mural where it is constantly updated. And I'm going to explain this project to you guys and basically tell you about the airdrop. I was excited to learn about this one yesterday. I was eligible for the airdrop and I did receive a nice value of tokens, and I wanted to make sure that anyone else on my channel who may have minted NFTs and held or traded NFTs within the allotted time period and is eligible knows how to get those tokens. So here's what the art looks like. You can basically put anything you want on here. So there's a drawing feature, and we'll explore that in a minute. But once you create your piece of art that you'd like to put on, you then decide where you want to put it. And it burns the paint. So it takes a certain number of paint to create each image. And as you burn the paint, it creates an NFT of the artwork that you've just created in the draw section. And it then, so that paint is burnt, and you have an NFT instead of the artwork that you've added. However, as you can see, someone can go over your artwork, someone can go next to your artwork, someone can duplicate your artwork. There is no limits here, guys. There's no restrictions. It's completely, off the hinges. Do whatever you want on here. Public art, collaboration, and what makes this kind of cool is that the paint is in a finite supply, right? So there's only a certain number of paint available, and so there's only enough paint for the entire mural to be painted over 21,000 times. So that's kind of a lot of times, but you can see we already have stuff painted over several times here. Most likely the center will get more action than the edges. But eventually, after this thing runs for, probably a year or two, painted over enough times that the paint will be much more valuable and much more scarce. So as always on this channel, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence, always do your own research, never invest more money than you can personally afford to lose. However, with the deflationary asset of this and people trying to do advertisements and things like that, I do see the price of this continuing to rise, especially if this thing becomes popular and more people get into it and, show it off and host it. I think it's a really cool project in general, just as a living, breathing piece of artwork, as something that's almost like a time capsule. I believe you can go to the history and it will go back and kind of show you what it looked like at different points in time, and so people can go back and kind of see what was going on, what people were posting, all that kind of stuff. So really exciting as far as that goes. If we come over to, let's just go back to the main site here, And if we come to the frequently asked questions, it kind of goes through and explains what I just did here about that. You know, what are the dimensions, how many times, all this kind of stuff, if you guys are interested. But where it really gets good here is the paint token. So what is paint? I already explained it. It's an ERC20 token that gets burnt to create the actual NFTs and to put that artwork onto the actual live MurAll. And there's only a fixed supply here, and it costs a certain number of paint to draw over, you know, each size pixel. So they figure 21,000 times. As I mentioned, it'll probably be more times in the middle, less on the outsides, but that's just the way they figure it. Enough paint to cover the whole thing that many times. And how much does it cost? It costs a fixed cost of a half of paint per pixel, I believe. Yeah, per pixel. So each pixel you want to do costs a half of paint, and paint can never be reused. Let's go. How can I get some paint? You can buy it. Obviously, we'll cover that in a minute at where you can get it. But the reason I wanted to make today's video is because of the airdrop. I did receive a message in chat last night about this one, and I decided to push this to the front of the stack of videos to let people know about it because I was so excited to get this airdrop. And so if you are eligible, you will get a nice stack of these paint tokens, which at the time of recording is well over $1,000. And as I mentioned, it's a deflationary supply, so as long as the project stays popular, the price is most likely going to continue to rise. So I've sold off a little bit, and I'm holding a little bit. And it just says to ensure that they are, hit the ground running. They're giving it to people that are interested in NFTs is essentially what they say. So to qualify, you have to have an address from a known origin, rareable, super rare, or async art. And the snapshot was taken on March 15th, 2020. So you would have had to have done all this stuff before the 15th of November. And if you're eligible, you would have had to have been trading NFTs. And there was 3 criteria. One is your NFTs are fully ERC21 compatible, so they had to be Ethereum ERC21 NFTs, because there are NFTs on other blockchains, so this was strictly NFTs on the Ethereum network. You would have had to have more incoming than outgoing transactions with said NFTs, and these criteria were filled at the time of taking the snapshot. So this snapshot's different, actually. This one's saying December 18th of 2020. So either one of those things, if you're a verified artist or you had made these transactions, okay? And following these requirements, they had 51,754 addresses that were eligible to claim. So if you're one of those addresses, what you need to do is come over to Connect Wallet. You're going to choose the account you'd like to connect. Just verify that. It's going to ask you you're connected. And then right below your wallet address up here in the top right, you'll see this other like token. And if you click on that box, it says your balance, and it shows how much paint you have. And it tells you the remaining global supply of paint. So there's still 99.99% of paint left. You can claim your paint token. So this is where you check. You click check, and it will run your wallet. See, it runs it, and it says no claim available for this address, because this address did not have NFTs within that time. If it was eligible, you would just click claim. Right here it says nothing to claim. It would tell you claim. You would have to pay a fee on the Ethereum network. Right now the fees are actually fairly low. I think I paid only like $8 or $9 on the fast setting to get this done as quick as I could, and I was able to get those paint into my wallet. So I'm just going to show you guys that wallet here real quick. Let's switch over to the one that was eligible. So it's this one here. And now you can see, in my wallet here how much paint I have. And it's hard to tell without the commas, but if you look, that's 3 digits, so 113. And then 3 digits is 242,000 and 1 million. So 1,242,113 paint. Okay, that's quite a bit of paint, guys. I was really surprised to get this, really excited. And now let's come over to CoinGecko and talk about the price. So just pasting that into That right here, we can get the USD value. You see the USD value currently is about $2,000 on this. So as I said, well over $1,000. The price has gone up a little bit, I think. So it looks like it went up and now it's coming back down a little. So it'll be interesting to see what the price does on this. As I mentioned, it is deflationary, so the supply continues to burn. Most likely you're seeing right now is people who are getting the airdrop are selling it off. I sold off a small portion on another wallet that I had, and keeping the ones in this wallet just in case they do get big. And this thing might absolutely explode, guys, over the long term. If we see, let's just take a look. It is trending up. Again, people are getting the airdrop and selling off some of their airdrop tokens and things like that. People who may have bought in down here are now maybe taking profits, and the market itself is seeing these big corrections. So kind of following along with that in general. As always, not financial advice here on the channel, but currently we're sitting at a price of 0.001667. And again, that's about $2,000 worth of value at the time of the recording of the airdrop that I did receive for MurAll Paint. Again, you guys can find this one linked in the description below. And if you guys are interested and you have some, then you're definitely eligible to add some of your artwork to the live MurAll. And if you want to add some artwork to the live MurAll and you weren't eligible to that airdrop, you can pick them up over here. Let's come down to markets. So anytime you want to find out where they're sold, you just click on markets, and we can see the two pairs here are Paint and ETH on Uniswap and Paint and USDT on MXC exchange. And if we come back to the main website, the MurAll.art website, we can actually go to trade, and here you're able to trade Paint for ETH. And basically it's just a one click into Uniswap, the same thing as if you were to click the pair here. So newer users might be a little bit easier for you just to go from there. And then you can trade the MurAll NFTs. This is the last piece of this that's pretty exciting. So as I mentioned, once you burn your paint and you craft the NFT, you can then come over here and go to OpenSea. You'll have that NFT in your wallet just like a regular NFT. And if you want, you can then sell that NFT. And because each one is unique and there's a limited amount of paint that gets burnt to create these, they have some sense of rarity. Maybe some of the earlier ones that were added will be worth a little bit more because they were, some of the original pieces of artwork that were actually nice added onto this thing. But yeah, this is what people are adding. So you can also just see what everyone added. So every piece that was added to the piece is here forever in an NFT. So you can basically see every single thing that was ever added. Some of them add in pieces, as you can see here, the ones that are really big, like this cat, it adds like the top, and then the next piece it's in strips, basically the way that it does it. But yeah, kind of funny. Some of the different stuff just going through, you can see what people have added, the different types of artwork and things that people are putting on here. And again, if we come over to the live, we can see this live version. If you're some sort of brand or someone like that, maybe you want to get in here with the advertise. It looks like people are covering up all the advertisements pretty quick. We do have this one on here. We have that one on here. We have a couple up top, a couple down below here. But yeah, it looks like people are kind of trying to cover those ones up. But maybe you get in here with a nice big ad if you're some sort of brand and you want to do that. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it. Personally, I recommend putting on something artistic, right? Like I like these ones that are real pieces of art. The rhino looks cool. Stuff like that to me is cool. I think I'm saving mine, and I may put some on as I mentioned, later on in the game, because if you do it right now, you're probably going to get covered up unless you just want to be seen in the early days and get the hype and maybe get the early NFT transaction to have something more valuable later on. For me, I think the value of these will go up, and later on you'll be able to kind of get on top, and not as many people will be trying to go over stuff just because the price will be higher. And so at that point, I think I may put a BitRush crypto logo on here or something like that. We'll see what I do. I'm not going to put my name or like link or anything like any of these, but I might just put like the bull, or maybe a custom piece of artwork I do, in the future, one of my other NFTs, have it put on here or something. So really cool stuff. As far as the future goes, I think I see this, continuing to grow and get big. More people that find out about it, I think the more people who want to be involved in it. It's kind of like a cool piece in time, as I mentioned, like a time capsule that you put this on this mural at this time, and it's forever on the blockchain. You have an NFT to represent it and all that. So all in all, I like this project. Think it's cool. Super happy to get those tokens in one of my wallets, several of my wallets. Sold one of them off, keeping the other. Again, hope you guys did like this video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. It does help with the algorithm. I hope you guys were eligible for this one because it was a nice big check, nice big payday, nice big amount of Ethereum in the wallet, and if you hold, might be even bigger. Again, share this one with a friend or family member, somebody who's into NFTs who may be eligible for this drop and want to know about it. If you guys like my content, please do sub to the channel. Click the bell to be notified on all future videos as they drop. Other than that, links for everything in the description. Happy crypto. Let's get that coin.